this is refreshing and hasn't been done at all before. Ah! God! Why?
Yeah, but did the other reviewers reveal who the shooter was at the end? Didn't think so.
Why is James Bond in front of a white background anyways? Where did that come from? Who thought of that?
This is part 2 of the Daniel Craig James Bond feud.
On Movie Feuds, that's right, Jay. I'm saying it this. Ah! Fuck! Twizzler dicks! Full disclosure, Jay wrote that intro script and it doesn't make sense no matter how you slice it. Why would I be criticizing a bit I'm clearly taking part in? I have the suit, a prop gun, I'm fully invested in this. No, this doesn't add up at all.
Oh, I'm sorry, are you done with your little temper tantrum?
I can be, I suppose. We've already established in the previous review that Daniel Craig is a good Bond. The only other actor I can recall is Judi Dench as M. I think a few cast members from Casino Royale stumbled into this picture. As for Spectre, I'd say things fare a little better in the cast department. Christoph Waltz plays the main villain, and while Christoph is one of the best actors working today, he's highly underutilized with very little screen time and ends up being a pretty terrible villain. Dave Bautista is basically Darth Maul here. He comes in, kicks Bond's ass a little bit, and he automatically becomes the best character in the film because he doesn't have to say the horseshit dialogue. I'm saying Quantum's better because being forgetful is actually a step up in this case. It's step up too. The streets.
I mostly agree with Adam on Q of S.
Please don't ever refer to it as Q of S again.
Oh, you mean like how you never refer to Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice as BVS?
Oh, I've referred to that film as many things, but most people call it BVS or BVS DOJ. Dawn of Justice.
As for villains and side characters go, at least in Spectre, they were still memorable. I absolutely hated how Christoph Waltz's character turned out to be Blofeld. Blofeld is Bond's most iconic foe, and while they picked a great actor for the part, he was wasted. Léa Seydoux went from being a Mission Impossible villain to a Bond girl, and she's fine. Not bad, not memorable or great, just
I don't think Bond girls and meh can ever be used in the same sentence. Last Sunday, I spent 3 hours at my stepdad's watching birds eat seed out of a feeder. At one point, 2 squirrels got in a scuffle by the garden, but it was over before it really began. That's what I would consider a meh experience, and the appropriate use of the term Jay. You stupid piece of shit.
If I'm gonna be banging one of these Bond girls, they have to have a little bit more personality than a brick wall.
Yeah, that's what's keeping you from hooking up with them. Well, get ready, folks, because this is where the shit really hits the fan, and then teeters out of control, goes flying everywhere, makes a real mess of things, much like those squirrels did in my stepdad's garden.
What are you even trying to say, Adam?
The stories in these movies are lame! Sorry for yelling. Quantum of Solace is a direct follow-up to Casino Royale, which told its story simple and effectively. Here, there's so much fuckery going on, you barely have room to breathe, and none of it is interesting. The action is filled with too many quick cuts and shaky cam for me to be invested in. I would say Spectre fares better because it's well filmed and has interesting locations, but honestly, I think it's worse. At least Q of S had energy in its lousily edited action scenes. That and the audience has a bit of connection with Bond as he's on a mission of revenge against those who blackmailed his previous lover. There's so much silliness in Spectre that doesn't mesh with the tone of the previous Daniel Craig films. Like all the gadgets in his car or falling down a building only to land nicely on a couch.
You're not wrong about the car chase or the couch scene. That was stupid. Hell, the escape from Blofeld's lair, that was madness. It should have lasted way longer than 45 seconds, and the goons should have actually been a challenge for Bond. With that said, I cannot stand lazily filmed action. At least there's effort put into most of the action scenes in Spectre. For example, the fight between Drax the Destroyer and Bond was fantastic. Also, the opening tracking shot was great. I at least could remember scenes from Spectre, while everything in Quantum is just generic and therefore not as memorable. Same goes for the story.
Come on, come with us. We're gonna head over to the effects and music category now. I enjoy myself some White Stripes just as much as the next middle-aged black woman, but Jack White, what were you thinking? This is one thing I'll give to Spectre, because at least Sam Smith's song, The Writings on the Wall, isn't that bad.
What if I told you that Spectre cost $250 million to make?
And would you believe me if I told you owls can hold their breath for up to 8 hours underwater?
The fuck? What?
Honestly, I have nothing of value to bring into this conversation anymore.
Spectre cost more to make than the first Avengers movie, and the CG didn't look nearly as good. That's ridiculous, as is Quantum of Solace's $200 million budget. A grounded spy thriller that cost $200 million? No excuse to have quick-cut, shaky-cam action sequences.
Spectre is an absolute mess, much like my second solo album, Atom 4K. Sure, the cinematography is beautiful and all the locations are fantastic, but first and foremost, this should have been an action thriller. What we got was a lot of cartoony bullshit. Let's just end this. I am livid.
My feelings about these movies are very much in line with how Adam feels about X-Men The Last Stand. Sure, they are not good movies, but because I enjoy Casino Royale and Skyfall so much, and they leave me wanting more Bond, Daniel Craig goodness, I can tolerate these movies, and I'll go back to them once in a while.
And my feelings are very much in line with how I feel about X-Men Origins Wolverine. They suck. There's no reason to go back to them. And Jay, truth be told, I actually enjoyed having you on.
Really?
No, get the hell off my show.
Suit yourself, Mr. I'm running out of ideas.
More than just reviews, this is Movie Feuds. Actually, Jay, wait.
Yeah?
Was that your soda on the table over there, or was it mine? Because if it's mine, I'm gonna finish drinking it, but if it's your... You know what? Forget it. I'm gonna finish drinking it either way. Get the fuck off my show. Thanks for watching the video. Feel free to check me out on social media platforms for credibility purposes. Intern Sheila should be putting up some graphics for you to digest, I believe. Otherwise, you'll be out on the curb like your mom. Gotta move on. You can also check me out on patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. Throw me a buck or two if you want. I run this channel alone. It's almost a full-time job, honestly. Thanks for your time. Sheila, the graphics now.